What's going on, folks? Hey, this is Malachi Thompson again, back with another video on key essential topics to help you uh, transfer from the military to civilian life. Hey, this is Malachi Thompson here again on this channel with another episode for discussion. Another video talking about key topics that are essential, I feel like, to vets as they're transitioning from military life to civilian life. And this topic specifically is going to look at one of the key things that is really a high interest item when it comes to military veterans transitioning to civilian careers. The notion that I've seen a lot of research and articles and discussions around the fact that a lot of military have a hard time finding purpose in their next chapter of their life. So for this discussion, I'm going to give you the number one, I call it the number one way to find your purpose after you leave the military in your civilian career. So the number one way to find purpose after leaving your military career. So this is a topic that, again, is very dear to me because I feel like all of us are put here for a reason, and you serve your country. So that's a part of your story, and it should be a part of your part of your legacy as you go forward and you start looking at your true calling on the planet. And I say true calling on the planet because I personally feel if you, actually you can go out and look it up for yourself, but if you go and dig up every person that's been on this planet and you bring them back and you look at their fingerprint and you look at everybody's fingerprint that's going to be after you, there will never be a match for your fingerprint. So you have something unique about yourself that you have to bring about on the planet while you're here to help other people. And so the way of looking at your purpose should be in the same way to say, okay, I've served my country. That's a unique in the sense of there's only like 1% of the population that actually signs up to serve the country, to raise their right hand to serve the country, which is fairly specialized or unique. However, it is not truly unique in the sense that your calling to the planet is not your service specifically to the military of the United States of America. I think personally you have a more deeper purpose, and to get clear on that, to find purpose, you need to think that step one, in my mind, the top way of doing it is not just going out and say, well, I'm just going to try my hand at something. The first thing I would do is see really what are you good at, or what do you feel like you can help somebody in. For example, you have people that are good at maybe communicating the spoken word, relaying stories, and those stories can actually move people to action to do things better in their life and enhance their life. So maybe you may not be a professional, quote unquote professional speaker, but you could potentially leverage the opportunity to actually develop yourself to become a paid professional speaker and find fulfillment in doing that. Purpose brings about fulfillment. So if there's a lot of people like to say, well, I'm going to make a lot of money when I retire, or some people say, well, I don't care. I'm just going to hang up my coat. I'm just going to go and sit on my back porch and rock a chair and never work again, which I think is not a good idea. That's a bad idea. I think you should find something that you can find fulfillment in that's going to bring you joy. And that's one of the things, like I say, the first thing is to look at what are some skill sets that you have developed over time that you could potentially use to serve other people. That could be speaking. It could be being a consultant, for example. I talk a lot about being a consultant because it's such a broad category, and there's so many different ways you can go about using that. Is it coaching? Is it volunteering or working in a nonprofit, or is it running for office? There are so many different things you can do to find fulfillment and purpose. So again, finding out think about what is your strong suit, what are the things that you're strong in, or you can or you can look at what sector people or what group of people has a need that I could potentially fill, and I'm willing to learn a new skill to fill that need, that gap. Create a specific service or product to serve that specific gap that's out there. That is essential, because what that'll do is that'll open up opportunity for you to grow a business, start a business and grow it. And there's many different things we can talk about on another episode of how to do that. But the main thing is what you're doing is you're identifying how to serve or create a service or product to serve a group of people or a demographic that need a solution. So you create the solution, find out a way to create a solution. That is a way about the number one way of going about doing that. So if you would like to know more about this, I'm going to actually do another video a little bit later that's going to talk about that, how to go about tapping into what your purpose truly is, or better yet, how to identify purpose and then go after it. And the thing about it, a lot of things that we do in life may not be comfortable or fun up front, and they may be terrifying. This doesn't mean it's not your purpose. Doesn't mean it's not the thing you're supposed to be doing. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable at this point. And the military has done a good job in a sense, giving us some comforts in some areas when it comes to job status or job security. Even though a lot of times we weren't happy doing what we did, we still did it, right? And the reality is there's a lot of things in life that you may not like doing, but you eventually, in my mind, find fulfillment, especially when you find a group of people that you want to serve, that you're happy to serve, and you can provide a solution that they really want, because a lot of people need solutions, but they don't want the solution. So if you can find something that people really want and you can provide that for them, you'll find fulfillment in knowing that you are doing something that's unique to you. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you'll have a better life. You won't have to struggle when it comes to your transition into civilian life. You have a better lifestyle. And to recap on this video, as we wrap it up here, the number one tip, because a lot of vets struggle finding their way from being in the military to civilian life. The number one way to transition into a career that's purposefully and fulfilling is to look at, number one, what are some skill sets that you've developed that you could potentially use to leverage into the civilian workforce. The number two thing is to look at something that you like to do on the outside. For example, if you like to give speeches, or you can motivate and move people into action, then guess what? That could potentially be used to, you can use that, leverage that to become a paid public speaker, or you can use opportunities like that to, build a platform that's actually going to be, it's going to provide you a lifestyle and be great. And number three would be to look at the marketplace and see if there's a specific group of people you would like to serve, because what that would do is allow you to provide a tailored solution that they're requesting, that you have an expertise in, or that you're willing to develop an expertise in to deliver to that group of individuals. And that's kind of the name of the business we're in, serving people. And the solution will be your solution, unique. I keep doing this because I want you to understand this is uniqueness. These fingerprints here, these are my fingerprints. You have your fingerprints, and you want to leave them on something that you're providing to other individuals. And with that, just want to remind you, if you like anything you heard in this conversation, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share. I will be back on another episode talking more about how to actually look at kind of the purpose, in the sense of how do you identify the marketplace that you want to serve. So with that, I want you to remember this one thing. Regardless if you are looking, you think you're going to transition or not, you're actually going to transition, whether you want to or not. And on this channel, our goal is to make sure you do it the right way. And with that, we're out, guys. Take care.